Enchantress here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers, as well as broadcaster of astrology. Okay, bear with me, guys. I'm just waking up from a nap and it's like midnight. So I'm going to try to get this astrology done as quickly as possible for you. Okay, so this is for Thursday. The 29th or something like that? The 29th. The sun is in Aquarius at 9 degrees, and it's coupled with Vesta. At the same time, it's going to be semi-sextile to the North Node in Pisces until around, I think it's 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But let me check and make sure. Yeah, 4:45. Around 4:45. Here, under these energies, up until 4:45 p.m. on Thursday, one's devotion is highlighted. But what are you willing to initiate to see a higher goal or aspiration to be fulfilled or accomplished? That's the question. Now, under these energies, one can be more immature, irresponsible. There can be a sudden separation that happens, or there could have been a sudden separation that happened that basically handicapped a person. This person can have issues taking care of themselves alone. Themselves is alone anyway. But basically, someone here could need a partner, or perhaps someone to lean on, or someone to count on, or someone to depend on. If they are capable, then they just may simply prefer to be in a devoted partnership, okay? And some will gain the blessing of a partnership, depending where you have placements. It's affecting placements between 6 and 12 degrees. So if you have placements between like 6 and 12 degrees of like Libra or Gemini, you can be blessed with some sort of partnership, whether it deals with an actual relationship or partnership, or one that's through a neighbor or a sibling or someone in your networks of people. It could do with sales, anything of that nature. But check my astrology at author Enchantress on my Facebook to see exactly how it's affecting each placement. Okay. Now, also, by 6:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mercury and Venus will be in Aquarius at 15 degrees until about 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is basically going on pretty much all day. Communication regarding skills, romance, finances, and or pleasure pursuits can come in. Now, this affects placements between 12 and 18 degrees of any and every sign. Okay. Under these energies, one can be more ambitious, resourceful, imaginative, and nice. And so can communication. Success, recognition, and wealth can be had even in foreign places or faraway lands or somewhere at a distance from you. Okay. Here, one has carefully selected who to partner with, even in business. That way they're not taken advantage of, especially by those who are in like the same social circle as they are in. Okay. People can be sharks, especially in business. The objective is not to be swindled or hurt, so be mindful. It's affecting all placements. Like I said, Libra and Gemini placements between 12 and 18 degrees will see the blessings. But like placements between 12 and 18 degrees of Scorpio and Taurus can see the issues or the challenges, okay? So don't get swindled or taken advantage of if you have placements within those degrees, or if you have placements in Leo between 12 and 18 degrees, okay? Beware of that. Check my astrology to see exactly how it's affecting each placement at author Enchantress. Now, moving along, Neptune in Aries at 0 degrees will be squaring Lilith retrograde in Capricorn basically all day. This can speak of past actions causing friction or issues with a dream, a desire, or a fantasy. This can also see one putting effort into fixing how they're seen, okay? So that they can accomplish a desire, a fantasy, or a wish, or a dream, or something like that. Just make sure it's not a delusion, because there is a square here, so some people can be delusional, okay? Anyway, there can be friction in relationships, whether in career or home and family, where you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees of Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, and Libra. Okay, whether it has to, I already explained that. You'll see the issues, or you'll be tasked to put in effort. Under these energies, one can be more insightful, clever, dual-minded, aggressive, tough, passionate, and able to perceive people's true motives, feelings, and objectives. Okay, one may make an effort to be well equipped to face life's struggles, utilize their intellect, their strength, and even their social background or their social resources. Here, one is trying to protect their assets and their rights today. Even if there's a potential of a loss or some sort of lawsuit related to inheritance matters, just be mindful of allowing temptations like sex, gambling, or any other passions or addictions to prevail over your major goals, okay? Here, one may accomplish great things, but they can also be seduced or trapped. So be mindful of that. Success can be achieved in fairness, espionage, like spying on people, film, human resources. You know, people go to far lengths you wouldn't believe. Anyway, one may also tend to have 2 jobs or lead a double life. Okay. Let's see. Now, this is going to be an hour and 40-minute transit. By 12:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon in Gemini at 27 degrees will semi-sextile Uranus retrograde in Taurus. This can be a sudden or unexpected money opportunity or assistance being initiated, and it could have something to do with something that you initiated a while ago. Okay, this can add to your wealth, worth, or resources. You may have mentioned this before, as I said, and it could be coming back around. Where you have placements in Gemini, Taurus, Aries, and Cancer between 24 and 29 degrees, you're affected by these energies. And under these energies, one can be more generous, cheerful, hardworking, active, ambitious, and a little conceited. If you lack competence, though, your projects can fail, so make sure that you're willing to hone your skills if need be. Here, there's a chance to enjoy good health and a happy life, and have, plentiful friends and family. Success can be had even in careers that involve the sciences, philosophy, religion, and even the arts. This brings about, be sure to acknowledge your protectors, like the kindness of people and people who, help you, just don't take that for granted, okay? So if you need to say thank you within that hour and 40 minutes to somebody, say thank you, okay? Now, this is another 1 hour and 40-minute transit. By 2:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon in Gemini at 28 degrees will square Saturn in Pisces. Where you have placements between 25 and 29 degrees of Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Gemini, there's a restriction or a responsibility that is placed on you, okay? You may have to put an effort behind the scenes, okay? This squares the area of travel, like short distance travel even, siblings, your locale, neighbors, even someone in your networks of people. And for others, secrets or having to be in your solitude or having to make a sacrifice can be an issue or a challenge. Under these energies, one can be indecisive, fickle, or this could be something that you're keeping a secret too, okay? Here, one can be indecisive, fickle, pessimistic, wise, ambitious, and trying to be more selfless. One may attempt to concentrate on making an effort to implement one's projects whenever the opportunity arises. Okay, so you're basically waiting for the opportunity to arise to pounce on something. Okay, this can require belief in yourself, your qualities, your worth, or your characteristics. Just don't listen to the naysayers or those who say that you can't accomplish whatever it is you're going for or trying to accomplish. Otherwise, they'll take the wind out of your sails, okay? Have self-confidence and don't bend to other people's will who don't believe in you in the first place, okay? Or you could fail. Do know that under this hour and 40 minutes, slander and jealousy can be an issue, especially if one is placed in a high or rewarded position, or just rewarded for something, or they have talent, psychic gifts, gifts in research, chemistry, medicine, or the sciences, because people are haters and, they tend to slander people. So be mindful of that. Now, by 4:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the sun will shift to Aquarius at 10 degrees for the next 24 hours. And under these energies, one can be more self-centered, assertive, and brave. I know y'all probably wondering why I took my glasses off just to squint, but it was hurting the back of my head, so I had to. But anyway, under this 24 hours from Thursday at 4:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to Friday at 4:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, one can be isn't taken advantage of, or they're not taken by surprise easily, is what I meant to say. So when things unexpectedly happen or pop up, they're not taken by surprise, especially where it comes to protecting their self-interest, okay? There's nothing wrong with being discerning under these energies, under this 24 hours. But just don't be arrogant, contemptuous, or conceited. Because if you are, you can provoke someone into some type of conflict or argument. Make the effort to consider and respect other people's opinions and point of view. Now, within this 24 hours, someone can make a strong argument or mediate some sort of compromise successfully. This affects all placements between 7 and 13 degrees. But check my astrology at author E-Ray Taronic on Facebook to see how it's affecting each sign. Like for Libra and Gemini placements between 7 and 13 degrees, they can mediate or make a good argument to where they win something. Okay. If you have placements in like Scorpio or Taurus between that 7 and 13 degrees, you could actually get into an argument with somebody and maybe not respect someone else's opinion, and it provokes some type of argument or fight. So be mindful of that. Okay. Remember, I said this. Now, moving along to another 1 hour and 40-minute transit. By 5:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon in Cancer at 0 degree will be squaring Neptune in Aries. This speaks of a challenge or issue as it pertains to a desire, a dream, wish, fantasy, or delusion. There can be clashes or energy needs to be put in to a relationship within career or within home and family. Where you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees of Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and or Aries, you're affected by these energies, and your image can be as well. Under these energies, one can be affectionate, generous, fickle, aggressive, tough, passionate, and trying to be more equipped to face life's struggles. One can be more focused on family matters and devotion to their parents, their grandparents, their siblings, and things of that nature, so they can tend to put off other goals or aspirations. Here, one may put an effort into starting their own family or their own partnership late because domestic affairs have taken some sort of priority. Now, though one may want to believe they are content, they're not really. So now's the time to put energy into protecting your own rights and your assets, whether utilizing your strength, your intelligence, or even your background, or even your social background or resources, especially where there's a potential for loss or a lawsuit related to inheritance matters. Don't allow temptations like sex, gambling, or any other passions take precedence over your major goals, because here you can really achieve great things, but you just have to be mindful of not being trapped or seduced, okay? Now, by 1:40, this is a 1 hour and 40-minute transit, and it's the last transit that I want to talk about. By 7:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon in Cancer at 1 degree will be trining Pallas in Pisces, which ushers in a blessing as it pertains to your creativity, your skills, your knowledge, strategic planning, your artistic talents, or your wisdom. Where you have placements between 0 and 4 degrees of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, you're privy to this blessing. And under these energies, one can be overcoming selfishness, laziness, conceited behavior, being a freeloader, or just not caring. Also under these energies, one can be more helpful, polished, cultured, and not as crude as they can be. Still, one may take advantage of another person's generosity, so be mindful of that. One may finally put in effort to not leave these things to chance, and don't let an opportunity go to waste. One displays action and the capability to deal with hurdles, ordeals, and disappointments. Okay? Thank you for sticking around for this daily astrological update for Thursday, the 29th of January. Don't forget to check my page on Facebook at author E-Ray Taronic to find out more information as to how it is affecting each sign, these placements or these transits. Okay? Bye now.